Hi, this is TapCat. Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. We are ready to start another case, the Kew Gardens drama, so let's go ahead and do it.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
And go we will to the Kew Gardens.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
All right, I see a couple of fellows up ahead. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we should talk to them.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house?
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack, just like that, so suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Okay.
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
Yeah, they cleaned it out, didn't they?
Do not touch.
Okay. We'll focus on the outside of the room first, and then I'll see if there's anything in the fountain. So far...
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
Okay, it looks like we can... Well, actually, there's a few things here. Hold on.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
Okay, I thought I saw something else on the ground. Like, I thought it was pointing at something else, but... Oh, maybe that's it.
This sign is broken.
It
Something
bounced.
heavy was dropped upon it.
Come on, there we go.
Blood. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound.
I guess I broke my rule, now that I think about it. Fragments, yes.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Okay. I see this icon, by the way. Don't worry, we will do that. I just wanted to get everything kind of in normal mode.
These trees, with their roots in water, must originate from Louisiana.
Ah, yes, the bayou. I remember our visit in the case of the Awakened.
Okay, I think... Alright, this should be the last.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Okay.
Do not touch.
Another warning sign. So now we'll just circle around this thing, which probably isn't going to have anything else. And we will go into that kind of inspection mode. I see we have some footprints.
The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Okay, fair enough. We will go back into this mode. What do we got there?
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
Alright.
The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground.
Okay. Got a broken pot over here.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
Not sure I know what that means. I mean, I know what it means. I don't know what it signifies, if you know what I mean.
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed. The esconson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Okay. Okay, so we need to do the imagination thing. Okay, it wants me to do something, I see. So let me try that. Okay. Yeah, I think I screwed that up. Okay, breaking the door. Knocking over the pot. Falling on the fence. No? Watch sequence. I didn't get breaking the sign. Is it going to count?
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked? Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder? I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Well then, we shall. It's not bad looking. I'll say that.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building. Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent.
Looks like we, oh my. Alright, something's going on here.
The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
Window panes.
These windows were perfectly cleaned.
So, somebody wanted to sanitize this area and not leave any clues. They left one, didn't they? Wait, did
This
I...
broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow.
Okay.
A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
What was here that someone didn't want found? The emptied colonial collection, easy for me to say, and Dunn was trapped in the colonial collection room. Yeah, it does seem that way. I just don't know why. I mean, obviously at this point. So we'll perform an autopsy. Fair enough. However, I don't think we're quite ready to leave just yet. Is there anything else in here? Wow, that is like the biggest lily I've ever seen in my life.
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
The British India, yeah, that's right. I guess India was part of the British Empire back then. Singapore. I didn't even know that Singapore had a history of British being a British colony. I knew Hong Kong was a colony for a very long time. Okay, let's see what's through here, if anything.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
I'm guessing that is a very important fact that's going to play into the
Dry tropics.
into the solution of the crime. When they tell you something, you know, more than once like that, oh, Watson, get out of the way. Oh my god. This kind of stuff in games is so frustrating. I just want to go back the way I came, and now because he's with me, it's so much harder than it needs to be. Okay, water lily.
According to this, they have light and...
Yeah, please don't tell me that again. Okay, not much doing. We'll go this way. Another closed up room. Well, okay. That's just another one of those charts.
Water lily greenhouse.
This one's been emptied out as well. They're not making a big deal about it, but it has. Oh my, what's all this? It's like being in the tropics. No clues, though, as far as I can tell.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
I don't know. Can you? I thought that thing might be a clue. Anything over here? Alright, let's talk to Albert. give them a good going over. Yep. Shaving cut. I noticed that when we were first talking to him. It's always suspicious to me when somebody has any kind of wound, you know, around the time a murder takes place. Is it going to be his hands? Yeah. Clean hands. That's interesting for someone who works at a garden.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure he'd be a good manager, but I don't want to be unduly harsh. He did just lose his dad 2 days ago, so if he seems a little off, it is very pretty. Alright, I suppose we're supposed to go talk to the D-bag again. Does not seem like a nice man. He has a motive for this crime. If he was the director, the deputy director, now he's in line to move up. So there's a
Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
Okay, oh, and we're right here.
Harm house. Water lily greenhouse.
I don't know if I'm supposed to go through these or not. I'll do it really quick.
Seed house.
You never know what this game is going to consider a clue.
Ventilation system.
So I just like to try and, you know, cover whatever I can.
Director's office.
Okay, yeah, you got that already.
A map of Kew Gardens.
Okay, I don't think it was a clue, or after I looked at all of them, it would have congratulated me, so to speak. Alright, let's look him over too. Inexpensive glasses. So we're guessing he's not a rich man. A dirty collar. I mean, he looks more like someone who works at a garden than that kid. Albert. I should call him by his proper name. Really? Nothing? Unmarried. Aren't they going to tell me he's got calluses or something like that? Gardener's hands.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Indeed we shall. Before we go look for something like the autopsy. Okay. I guess we can't get in the offices. I am pretty sure that's something we're going to need to do later. But for now, we probably just want to go to Scotland Yard. What is this telling me to do? Perform an autopsy. And what is this telling me to do? Search my archives for something about these plants. Fair enough. Autopsy first, however.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy, then. It's ready for autopsy, then.
Okay. I guess we got to go down there. Hopefully they will not make me actually go through the whole cutting him open and putting his brain in a pan and whatever else, spooling out his intestines. I'm not really much of an autopsy guy myself.
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
Oh.
There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse.
That makes sense to me.
The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal.
Is that something we would not expect if he'd had a heart attack?
The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma.
Well, that could suggest poison.
No redness, stings, or bruises. Nothing suspicious here. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
Wonderful.
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs.
Well, let's rotate.
The heart's blood vessel.
Yeah. Okay, there's got to be something out. There we go.
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs. The lungs are congested and edematous.
Okay.
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
Jeez, you're kidding me.
The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction. The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs. The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
Did he?
My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
I see we get to make another deduction. Well, I love it when there's only two, because you have no difficulty figuring out what to link up. Dunn was poisoned. Oh, there you go. Okay. Is this the exit? No, it is not. Is this the exit? I'm pretty sure it is. Actually, now that I think about it, there's really no point doing that, is there? Because we don't need to walk out of here. We need to travel. You know, first things first, let's go to Baker Street, because I don't think we need to stay there long. We are almost out of time for this installment, so I didn't want to start like a major thing. But let's go into the archives and search for rare plants. Okay. And we may have to go into the encyclopedias. That actually seems, very plausible. But there certainly could be something in the news that triggered all of this. We don't really know. Okay. Doesn't appear to be the case. I wouldn't think it would be art and architecture or economics. Body chemistry. Yeah, I guess not. Exotic plants. Poisonous. What about that? These plants have a certain toxicity in common. And then they list some. Particularly Florum diabolica. Okay.
Here it is.
I think it's the first time the description wasn't a perfect match for what they told me to look for. So some of the plants that were stolen are deadly. Fascinating. Okay. Alright, so what else do I need to do? I need to find the plant that was used to kill Dunn. Inspect. Yeah, okay. So I tell you what, I don't have anything else that's going to be quick. I think once we go to the gardens, it's going to be like a whole big thing. So we're going to go ahead and end it here. And then when we pick up, we'll go to Kew Gardens and talk to people and look around and all that good stuff. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time.